What I do for a living, I'm a professional bass angler. Yeah, how about that one right there, boys? Come on! Fishing gave me something that I had a passion for and I actually love to do. It's hard to stay on top. You're not hitting a golf ball or baseball. You're chasing around a wild creature that can be hard to catch and in all kinds of crazy conditions. You try to find something that you want to wake up and do on a daily basis, and I feel like I'm definitely blessed to be able to do that. It's a really cool way to make a living. It's not an easy way to make a living, but it's also my passion, so I feel really lucky to be able to do that. Oh yeah, good job. So in this episode, In Between the Scales, we're gonna start out at Lake Lanier, and I'm going there to try to prep my tackle, try to prep my kind of mindset going into Lake Murray, try to learn a few things, try to get our tackle dialed in. We are here on Lake Lanier. This is 2 days before practice starts, Lake Murray, and the only thing that's similar is there's blueback herring, and fish tend to eat similar things on these lakes, you know. Lake Murray and a lot of lakes in the Carolinas has blueback herring, and blueback herring is a bait fish. And this time of year, they pull up on shallow points that are on land. They go up there to spawn, and the bass just take advantage of that. It's what they want to eat. I got 14 or 15 rods rigged up, Abu Garcia setups. You gotta have the exact right thing on. That's why I'm out here, so I'm not worried about it. Come practice trying to fiddle with stuff. There's a pile of fish. I don't know what those are. Come on, come get it. Come get you some. Oh, I missed it. Oh, shoot. Yep, this is what I'm trying to do is work out all the little flaws. Nope, I'm gonna tie something else on and try. Come get you some. Here they come, here they come, here they come. Come on. Didn't commit. Wow. Yeah, they're messing with me. They are all over it up there. There he is. He blew. Oh, God, they're knocking it out of the water. Two different ones hit it. They just know. They know something's up. You gotta throw what they want. First cast, you throw 4 or 5 different baits in there they don't want. It's gonna be hard to get a big bite. Oh. I can't believe one's not eating that. But you gotta be on the right, you gotta find the right spots for sure. When I was at Lake Lanier, the thing that I was really wanting to learn was a fluke style bait. I wanted to find the perfect way to rig it. I'm trying to figure out a good way to rig up a treble hook on them. The hookup will be way better. Oh my gosh, they're loaded in that brush pile. If I don't catch one here, terrible. That's why I'm out here. I can't catch them. I'm not good enough yet. We'll get good enough. I've rigged up a couple different fluke style, you know, nose hook, treble hook. You know, this one's got a treble hook on it. I actually never seen anybody do this. I'm trying to decide if I want to put it on the bottom like that, you know, where I got one on the top and one on the bottom. That one's kind of spinning on me a little bit, but that don't work. I really like the way I have one of them rigged with that nose hook because it gives the bait like a lot of action. I mean, that swims so much better. Rolling into a practice day, you don't want to spend time learning about your rods and your reels and your baits. Like, you want to have all that pretty well put together. There's so much pressure, I feel like, in professional fishing and in practice. Time is so important. You have limited time. You're always on the clock. You're always trying to find more fish. You're in the elements all day. So when you get to go out just to try to learn a few things and there's no pressure, hey, if you catch a couple, that's great. If you don't, it doesn't matter at all. That's fun. Just kind of wrapping up. I used to listen to that song all the time. I can't think what it is.
All the way from that houseboat over there?
Yeah. This is like my high school playlist right here. I'll People always want to know how you get out of the boat when you got water there. So I gotta like Spider-Man it and like just climb the truck and be nimble. Oh I told you I was gonna fall in. There you go. That's how you do it. That's wet feet. Gosh almighty. Really thought I had it. For me, it was a different path learning how to bass fish. But growing up, I really learned on my own. My brother and I got into it and really liked to fish. What I did know is I love bass fishing to the point of I'll do whatever I need to do to try to make it to the top level of fishing. There was teams starting to form at different schools, and I wanted to go to Auburn. And that was really the first big step, and it was just a great time to get into the sport. I got out of college and started fishing tournaments. That's been my 100% income since 2014. I did find early success my second year to make the Classic and to win the Bassmaster Classic and to come back and win it again. But, you know, those were life-changing events for anybody.
Back-to-back domination.
From a financial standpoint, from a sponsor standpoint, it's like winning the Super Bowl for us. So that definitely boosted my career. Having success and like winning the Classics, those are obviously special tournaments. And when you win in a big event like that, you always have that added pressure going forward to perform like that. If you want to be at the top level and stay at the top level, you really have to give it everything you got. And having a young family, trying to support them, that's pretty much what keeps me going. Man, that water's kind of cold. Today we're just going to go out and fish again, have fun, dry out my shoes, and drink bad coffee. That's what we're doing. Out here fishing that herringbone. Got to get out here early. I like these top places. Got deep water on both sides, and it's just kind of a little pinch point there. There we go. Just a below average spot for Lake Lanier.
The new Murray rig.
You got my Murray rig. Fluke's messed up. Eyes are falling out of my rods. Just a normal day for me. Oh, blowing up there. Oh my gosh. Y'all let me rig up at least a bait again.
So you're trying to glue with your...
I'm trying to mend this. Mend it will repair any soft plastic bait. That was determined, that was a lie. Yeah, I put a little screw lock in there and just got it threaded up there, nose hooking it. This nose hook gives it a little bit more action. This point looks pretty juicy. Just throwing a shaky head around the banks. When these spots get, are on bed or garden fry, I can tell by their eyes. I'm kind of thinking at Murray there's going to be some fish still in the beds. Abu Garcia makes all the rod and reels I use, but Xenon 30 size, and then it's just 7-foot medium. Yeah, you could just throw a worm on the bank right now and probably just have a ball. A lot of fish still shallow. Fun to see them in that clear water. So this is kind of what I was working on yesterday, this little system for a fluke style bait where I tie a snell knot where I can, pull it backwards like this and I can hook that fluke in the bottom. That way you got hooks on both sides. I may have to go to a little smaller hook. I think we'll call this the Murray rig. What's going on? How you doing? You know, when I show up to a boat ramp, that's really the only place I feel like I get recognized. The wrap truck and boat is a dead giveaway, but it's funny because there's times when guys don't recognize us and they see a logo on the side of your boat. My truck says Abu Garcia.
Is that your name? Abu? No, it's a rod reel company. My name's Jordan Lee.
It's a pretty cool name. Cooler than Jordan, but it is funny and we get a laugh out of it.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
But yeah, Boo, I get that a lot. That was probably the highlight of that whole trip. Yeah, we can fish 30 minutes before daylight, and then you can fish 30 minutes after sunset, so you can be out here a hot minute. Lake Murray's a big lake. There's a lot of points. You have a couple different sections of the lake. You have low end, mid lake, up lake, and it's important to be in the right place at the right time. Water temp's about 75, a lot warmer than Lanier. This lake's got a lot of fish in it. That's a good thing. They're just going to be pressured. So day one of practice on Lake Murray, I start out running a couple shallow points, pretty much on the lower end of the lake, and it was a tough day. Oh, just drop all my rods in the water. So many rods out, I can't even buckle them down. Bunch of bait right here. You know, a lot of them could be stripe. That's foul hook stripe. It's like a great way to get a hook in your hand. Freshwater piranhas, that's what they are. You know, seriously, if you're catching stripe, there's definitely probably bass around. Same thing. You know, I'm gonna pick up a different bait right here and just see. Ha! Let's try our Murray rig. Yeah, solid one. Caught 2 stripe, and then there's a good one right there. Look, on the treb. The Murray rig caught one. For whatever reason, you know, the bass wanted this fluke style. I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind, this all practice. Put my money sign emblem on them. That's gonna be my mark for the week right there, is that money, that cash money. In practice, you have to run around and check a lot of places, and you pull up to the points, you make a couple casts, go to the next one. I believe I started my motor like 60-something times during one day of fishing. And running, stopping, putting the trolling motor down, spot, spot, spot. That makes for a long, long day. Not a big fan of this area. Mid-lake, that's where a lot of the pressure is, but that's where a lot of the good points are. Caught some in here last year off the bed. There's one on the bed. Right now I got it all. I've got tons of rods, reels, and baits. I got everything but a nice rain suit. So I just honestly just forgot. I'm trying to look for any fish that are just immediate post-spawn, fry garden, just kind of hanging around these main lake, docks, banks. You know, there's gonna be a deal, you know, there's gonna be a dock bite, a herring bite, a grass bite. And when you're struggling, you know, you just wanna keep an open mind. Keep on moving, keep looking. Nothing like a puddle of water sitting in. Life of a pro. Here you go, no rain suit, wet. Must be nice to be a pro. Oh, he pulled off. I don't know what that was. I was gonna call you, but I figured I'd let you call me first.
Yeah, I figured I'd call you because I need to get a bite. Every time I call you, I end up catching them.
More times than not, it's gonna be tough. And so to be able to talk to Hunter, he had finished second there the year before. So he's had some success there, and it wasn't fishing the same. I just hooked something and lost one. I don't know what it was. I've only caught one on a point this morning. I'm gonna go up the lake a little bit more to some more familiar water and just see what's popping during the middle of the day. I mean, every single point's got a boat on it. Probably means there's some fish in here, but I hate that. Oh, there was a bass. Fish was in a little brush pile or something. Just on a little piece of cover. Stomp on a little point. Just caught two on one point on a stump. One was on a brush pile. I'll hit a waypoint just so I know. Went out on the points a little bit deeper this afternoon and caught a couple, but they're just isolated. You know, talking to some of my buddies, the fishing has not been great. We had this crazy cicada hatch and they were everywhere. Cicada flew into me. Do they bite at all? There's millions of them flying around out there. They're all over the water. They're loud. They're kind of annoying. It's a once in every 17-year kind of bite, I feel like.
Man, I got cicada bait. Everything's sold out. You gonna sell on that then, huh?
Yeah, I didn't get that phone call. I got a wacky worm that looks like a cicada, and they're eating it. It's tripping me out. What I have done today has just been not a waste of time, but it's been close to it. I'm gonna get in some dirtier water, spinner bait, try to find a little shad spawn maybe, buzz bait. Damn, there's a snake right there. Scared the fire out of me.
From what I can see, any life form is not up shallow. I mean, I've threw 150 docks today and ain't had a bite.
Fixing to catch a stripe. Tired of seeing them bust out here.
Did that just happen?
Gosh, I got me a big old stripe on. No, it's a bass. It's a 3.5 pounds. I'm spun out now. I'm in 10 foot of water.
Yep, they're just out there deeper.
I'm telling you, all these are stripe out here. I've been seeing bust. I just caught one fish that wasn't. After a long day of not catching anything, I really don't care if I catch stripe the rest of the evening. After my day, I got a 5 stripe limit and some good ones. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Oh yeah, good job. All right, second morning of practice. I really think these fish have progressed deeper. Maybe I was in the wrong section of the lake. I'm coming up here to a little bit more stained water and go up the lake a little bit this morning, try to find a shad spawn. I went out day 2 of practice, started off on some points. I caught some decent 2.5 to 3.5 pounders. And it seemed to kind of die about 9 o'clock. I didn't fish a whole lot of that afterwards because there was a lot of boats. There was boats running all these points. I needed to look for something different. I could fish during the day to get a few bites because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get bit after the morning time. And find a couple brush piles out deeper. They were suspended up high in the brush piles and the fish were up in them. I could see them on my active target. Didn't know how to catch them. So I went back to the truck, got my spoon box, I went back out, throw out there in the brush pile and catch about a 5.5, 6 pounder. I had them on the side of the boat, didn't want to bring them in. In practice, we typically catch one and throw it back real quick. You don't want to be waving around the 5.5 pounders saying, hey, come fish here. And I went to the very next brush pile and catch one about 4.5 pounds. So I'm thinking this is a legit pattern. The first 2 stops that I go with this, I catch big fish. I do it the rest of the day. I don't find anything. I don't catch anything, but I still thought that those brush piles could produce in the tournament. Everybody's running the same thing. That's one thing too. Everybody's on these shallow points out here and I wanted to find something a little bit different. And I found it. I just couldn't keep catching them doing it. Take a look at this bad boy. I wish if I would have seen him today up on some banks, I would have thrown it. I'm gonna throw it at John's boat when he pulls up here. Don't tell anybody, they're on the bunny. That's what it's called, is a bad bunny. What you got tomorrow? I'm gonna focus more on the main lake, main creek, herring bite in the morning, and then go from there. I feel like the morning bites is gonna be key for some people, for sure. Getting on a place that's got them and they're gonna catch their limit off one spot. Small keeper. That'll get you probably last place finish on Lake Murray. 3 and 4 pounders are the norm out here, or that's what you gotta have. If you can find a place, I mean, I'm just looking for a spot where I can get multiple bites. That's a big one. Because somebody's gonna catch them off a spot looks just like this. There's thousands of them. It came off. Worst case scenario, I just go blind and just fish all these, or whatever I can get on. Because you know, tomorrow you run over here and there's gonna be 20 boats somewhere in here. Sometimes you don't really have a choice of what you can get on. It's kind of whatever you're dealt with. Say like there's already a boat on where we just came from. Oh, here we go. Shot and busted. Yep, that's a bass. Oh. He jumped off too, drag slip. There's a bass. That's 3 bass bites, not big, but there's some keepers here. It's definitely a spot that I can get a bite that's not a super obvious spot. I feel like I could catch a libet, maybe. Not easy though. They're in here, you know, guys are gonna catch some 20 plus bags, probably 15 a day to check, but I mean, we hadn't even got anywhere close to that either. Drop shot fish out here a little bit deeper. Been fishing too shallow. Got him. Yep, that's a big one. Keep him down. I don't know if that was a piece of brush or a clump of grass, but they're out here deeper on these humps. That's a brush pile. I've caught 3 big ones out of brush now, off the end of a point. It's the deal. That's the way to catch the biggest ones right now. But can I find enough of it? That's the question. I tried a lot of different things all practice. I caught a few fish and never really got dialed in. Overall, practice was kind of a bust. Yeah, I've caught probably 5 or 6 fish, 7 fish, and they've been on like all different baits. I get like 1 bite and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is the deal. Then you never get another bite. That's not the deal. I kind of know what the fish aren't doing after 3 days, but I can't pinpoint exactly where those big ones are. You know, definitely get a couple bites early if you get on a decent spot. And after that, it's just a hodgepodge. Those big ones on a spoon yesterday, I'm hoping those saved me, you know, I'm hoping those actually pan out. Catch a couple early, catch a couple doing that. That's the best case scenario. It's gonna be tough.
Bye, boo. See you at the boatyard.
Peace. It never comes easy. I've never had anything come easy in a tournament. You just gotta put your head down and get to work. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. When you do have a bad practice in tournament fishing, that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have a bad tournament. I didn't have a great starting place. I didn't have a great pattern. I wanted to take the places that I knew that had fish. If those places were open, I wanted to fish those places hard and to make the most of it. There's times when you wanna get mad about something, but I feel like I'm more the guy that tends to laugh it off. Seriously? And find the funny in things. I don't get too high, don't get too low. In fishing and in life, you have those ups and downs, and if you stay pretty much level and humble, you're gonna find more success.
So we are officially done with Lake Murray. It was a lot different than what I really expected and anticipated. I caught them mainly on points, especially the first 2 days. You know, I really got thrown off with the brush pile fish. I was expecting to get maybe a bite or two each day doing that, and it just never happened. As a cicada just flew on me. Gosh almighty, I hate those things. I don't know if anybody got dialed in on that bite, but I surely wasn't me. Probably finished 30th in this event, which I will take gladly. It was just a junk fishing type of week. Like, I never said this is the spot that I'm gonna catch them at and pull up and catch them. We're gonna come back here. So I learned a lot. I got a lot of stuff in my mind now for next time. It'll pay off at some point. So wish it could have been a little bit better today, but you know, we're thankful for what we caught.